These are the tales and ramblings of two men, their dream of running a successful food truck business and life. We invite you along to join Josh and Skippy on this journey. This is Monday Morning Food Truck.
That's good audio. I'm going to make that my ringtone.
I would.
All right.
Excuse me about that.
A little breeze coming through that slider. Need to get a dog door put in up for the deck.
So since you said that, that's what that is right there, is a dog door. It slides right in the sliding door.
Oh, yeah?
Hold on. Rotate camera. See?
Okay. Yeah. And it's just,
Greatest dimension in the world. And then we put a little bit of like weather stripping.
Yeah.
Door.
All right.
Yep.
I'm on. Dog door for slider.
It was
now I'm Amazon shopping.
It was at Lowe's.
Pet safe, one piece sliding glass, outdoor access, patio panel insert. No cut installation.
Yep.
$180.
It wasn't cheap.
This one's $700. What the hell?
Well, it's also Amazon.
Huh.
Are you getting monsterly high right now? Like, what's going on in there?
Are you seeing the smoke?
Yes.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can see it. Yes, I am.
I didn't know we were doing that type of podcast.
It's the off season, man. I can do whatever I want.
You're still
No,
going
it's incense from sage.
and they
I'm
still
trying
do
to
that.
ward off your sick germs coming through the airwaves here.
It's amazing. Every time I kiss my wife, I get sick. She gave me COVID. She probably gave me this.
Well, I think there's a clear solution to the problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for a new wife.
Hope she doesn't listen to this one. My kid's old enough. I am on parole.
So, I guess I'll be carrying this show with your voice today. Pam dealt with the same stuff last week. So we're I'll start with my week. You just chill out for a second and don't talk unless you got questions. All right. It's a thumbs up for those that are listening, not watching. So yes, a big thumb. I'm glad it's your thumb. So last week was Thanksgiving. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving, Skippy. But
I had a very fair Thanksgiving. Thank you.
I'm glad it was fair. So we had just 2 days that we were open. The first day was Wednesday, day before Thanksgiving. We switched the whole. Did you just do a jerk off motion?
No, I'm like a fist pump. You're back to barbecue for one day.
Back to barbecue for one day. It was a humongous pain in the ass. It was not enjoyable. Just to switch, to get everything back off the trailer, move stuff from storage area back into the trailer, wash the stuff that had been sitting for 3 weeks because now it's got dust and crap on. I mean, just it was a larger undertaking than what I thought it was going to be. Just a quick move stuff off, move stuff on, no problem at all. So the undertaking was a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. The cook went fine and everything was fine. The adjustment to the timeline was awful, but so I did. My hope was to have everything off the smoker by about 10 o'clock at night, the night before. And then I would get up at 2, pull everything. So pull the pork, slice the brisket, get everything else ready that needed to be ready, and then out the door by 4 o'clock and head down to the, that's really shaky up there. Out the door by 4 o'clock to head down to the event. Pork was all done about 9:30. Brisket was done about 11:30. So Josh got about a 2-hour nap before I was up and then heading down to the event. So yeah, I was up from 5 a.m. on Tuesday until 9 p.m. on Thursday before I, with a 2-hour nap in there. And then, yeah, when we got back, I just kept going. I started doing Christmas lights and stuff because I knew as soon as I sat down, I was going to be out. And I had some running that I had to do, kids that had to go to places. So that wasn't really an option for me to pass out for the rest of the day. But the event itself was good. Considering we didn't know what to expect. No one had a good plan for where we were parking. We were in a back parking lot that was already 3/4 full of cars, at which point we had to turn the trailer around to get facing the right direction for the service window to where the door was. Yeah, and then the on-air talent, just a second, the on-air talent was pulling in behind me, so I was blocking the whole driveway trying to get in, while the on-air talent was stuck behind me, not able to park in their parking lot to get set up. So that 4:30 to 4:45 time frame was a little not great. They've never done a truck there before. So normally the bar would do a breakfast buffet for that event, and they just didn't do it this year, which is why they were looking for a food truck to bring in. So they had never hosted food trucks before. They really didn't. Yeah, this was the first time, and it was kind of a fly by the seat of our pants type of thing. I saw your hand raised. Do you have a question?
I do. So they didn't have like a spot blocked off for you guys?
They did. So it was right up against the building, next to a loading dock, next to where a set of doors was. So on each side of that, there was railings. I had let them know that I did not have a truck, that I had a trailer. And it was big enough-ish. Once we got some other stuff moved around, and some of the railings were movable railings, so it kind of worked. It just took a little bit longer for us to get parked than I would have liked. But yeah, once we got set up, everything went great. The first 2 hours we did, there were $600 hours, $650 the first 2 hours. So every time they went to break is when we got a rush, and it was like clockwork, which was great. And then it just kind of died after the second hour. So we ended up with a $1,700 a day. We did, I think, 108 transactions or something like that. Yeah, it wasn't, it was a good day for what it was, I was surprised we didn't see more towards the end of the show with people leaving, grabbing some food to go or whatever. But the booze was definitely flowing heavily. We saw a lot of people that were very, very drunk with logoed polos on that looked like they were probably headed to work afterwards. That probably were going to have some explaining to do. But we had our name mentioned nationally. So 30, 40 radio stations nationally, at least 5 times, if not a couple more, which was a surprise to me. They do a local break segment. So right when they come back, they do traffic and weather and stuff like that. Right when they come back from commercial, that's when we expected to hear them drop the name, because it was the local market. But yeah, every time they mentioned our name, they were on national air. So yeah, that was nice. Definitely got a bump that day in followers and likes. Saw movement on our Instagram side for the first time in, I don't know, 3 weeks. So yeah, hopefully it all works out. We will definitely go back next year. We heard nothing but good things from on-air talent and the producer, the guy that got us down there, Tommy. So yeah, if they want us back next year, we will do it. So that was Wednesday, and then we decided to do Friday at one of our Spectrum offices, our best Spectrum Health office that we have during the summer. Figured it was probably a safe bet, but about halfway through that day, I remembered why we don't do day after holidays at office buildings. Um,
Nobody there.
well, no, they were fully staffed because it's urgent care. They have to have people there, but no one's eating. Everybody brought leftovers in, and we had a couple people to come out and buy just like a small soup. That said, I brought food, but I wanted to make sure you guys still had some stuff. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but it was our slowest winter menu day so far. And I'm going to chalk that up to it was the day after Thanksgiving. So next year, I'm probably planning on doing winter menu again next year. We will still do that event that was on Wednesday, and then that might just be it for the week, type of thing. Because there's not a lot of spaces for trucks to set up retail space wise. It's hard to find those unless it's put on by the association, and maybe Grand Rapids Food Truck Association would consider doing a small rally at a mall. Would probably be a good idea. So yeah, that was my week. Not awful, I mean, it was still our best winter week so far, but that was on the heels of Wednesday. So that was that. It was good to have Chris back on the truck for a day. We were annoyed with each other about 30 seconds in. So it was because a lot of things were in places that they aren't normally. So it was the second time he said, "So is this where we're keeping this now?" And I said, "No." And everything else that you asked, if is this where we're going to keep it from now on? The answer is no for that too. I got things on the truck that we needed, and they just got put places because they needed to be on the truck. So it took another day for my pickup truck to get unloaded with all the mismatched stuff of barbecue and soups and sandwiches. And so we're ready to roll now for this week. Should be a good week, a full week, normal 3 days and lunches, and weather outlook looks cool, but nice. So good soup weather. But I know you had up and down this week.
Or way more down than up.
A lot more food hitting the trash can this week. Oh, okay. Well, you had a busy week. You had your finale, which was supposed to be Friday, and then I saw you rolled out Saturday with a new menu. So,
well, we just
talk about it.
Well, we just tried to. So here's my two stories of the week. And sorry for everybody who's hearing this. Don't know what happened, but just decided not to get a voice. So Wednesday, day before Thanksgiving, we had three outings. We did a lunch service from like 11 to 3 at our new spot in Brooklyn, which is turning out to be okay. A lot more new people stop every day.
That's good.
Then we went to a local distillery for their drinks giving from 4 to 8. Did mediocre there. And then decided to go down to, or we were invited down to the local watering hole downtown and buy them. And they were having like a DJ and everything. And then I found out that one of our other food truck friends was supposed to go to another bar, found out we were going down there, and decided to uninvitedly come down and hang out. And
by hang out, you mean sell food?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Sell food. And it is what it is. I mean, I can't stop them from doing that, but at least we were invited. And then Friday was day after Thanksgiving, and you were talking about the mall thing. Yeah, we did like $300 from 8 to 2, and we were parked in a Best Buy parking lot, and a lot of food hit the trash that day.
So
I showed up at 7 just to make sure I had a spot.
Mm-hmm.
The parking lot was dead. For being a Black Friday on Best Buy, the parking lot was absolutely dead. I was surprised.
Do you think Black Friday as we know it is done?
Yes. Well,
since COVID, I mean, it was pretty much headed that way before with online stuff, because you could get all the same sales.
More people, I think more people are now okay with getting their packages delivered.
Yeah.
Instead of getting it right then and there.
Yeah.
I like to go to a store because it's instant. You get whatever you get. You get to go home and play with it.
You're telling me I'm not patient because I had to wait a minute and a half for coffee.
That's a minute and a half. I'm out for an hour. Okay, settle down. Anyway, so yeah, it was dead, and then World War III happened in front of my trailer. So we were parked in front of like a drive-up ATM.
Mm-hmm.
I guess is on the fritz all the time. And so this van decides to pull up in between the ATM and my trailer, giving like, I don't know, this will be a recurring thing on Saturday, but giving like 2 feet between his van and the front of my trailer where people can order. And it's also a part where people drive through. So this guy, I guess, got out of his car and decided to put his hands on the ATM attendant and get into a little scuffle that I didn't see because it was on the opposite side of the van. And I guess whenever they go service an ATM, they call, I don't know, an off-duty cop or a retired cop showed up, strapped.
Mm-hmm.
And he was telling me, and I said, I'm glad everybody's safe. How about the van puts on some flashers? So at least people know that he's not moving. How about that? Right. like 30 seconds later, guess what? The van put on flashers. I'm like, a little bit too late, guys. And then Saturday, we noticed that a local bar menu was not having a food truck. So I said, hey, I want to test out a new menu. Can I come? They're like, yeah, absolutely. Well, we get there and then we see a private party up at one of their barns, and then the high school reunion inside the bar. I'm like, okay, this could be good.
Mm-hmm.
So I walk in and I say, and they're like, hey, did you know that there's a high school reunion here? I'm like, no, but I didn't make a lot of food just because I'm testing this out. So, but she's like, well, great. Hopefully we sell you out. I'm like, absolutely. Yeah, yay. Well, that didn't happen.
Oh.
The reoccurring thing of somebody parking in front of my trailer, the high school reunion was having their party catered by the local barbecue place.
Oh, God.
and I know the owner. He used to be the organizer of the Chelsea competition.
Okay.
So he pulls up and he's like, oh, how are you? I'm like, I know you from somewhere. Oh, Phil, what's going on? Anyway. So he's like, I'll be out of your hair in like 5 minutes. Well, 5 turned into 35. And there's a room for one person in front of my drop down, or in front of my shelf in his truck. And there was probably 10 feet on the other side of his truck that he absolutely could have, moved over, but whatever. So he leaves. And then I got asked like 3 or 4 times if he owns my trailer. I'm like, nope, this is mine. I said, this is separate business. This is mine. They're like, oh, so he doesn't own it? I'm like, no, this is mine. I said that 4 or 5 times. Anyway, so then somebody comes up and says, hey, your boss didn't leave sauce. I'm like, he's not my boss. But I'll help you out. Here's luckily I've got sauce. Here you go. He's like, oh, I don't want to take your sauce. I'm like, well, I don't know if you can get a hold of him, but you might as well get it because you got a lot of people in there that's hungry. Yeah. So he took mine. And then like 20 minutes later, the other guy showed back up with, his sauce. And I'm like, that's just my luck. I did like $150 there.
Oh my God. You had a week.
Yeah, I think for the amount of hours that I put in those 3 days, definitely did not pay myself back. And then I got this.
It's from being out in the cold.
I'm a fucking horrible. It's with that warmer in there, that it's actually pretty warm in there.
Yeah. I'm
kind of almost upset that I didn't get the uninsulated one, but then I remember, there's more spring and summer months I'm open.
So are you done, or are you gonna roll out this special menu again?
No, I think the special menu was a flop. Even though we didn't really have a lot of people that tasted it, but I did a lot. I've done them as specials and they came out. I think we're just gonna do pork and chicken. So we're gonna replace brisket with chicken.
You're gonna do a couple days a week, or
yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Thursday or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Probably at the Brooklyn location.
so I'm
Maybe
glad
one
that you're giving that a good shot and a good run,
Wow.
and it's working out.
Pay
So
100
far.
a month. I might as well try to make my money back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 250 for the month isn't. It's not 250, is it? What is it?
110.
Yeah, that's nothing.
No,
That's not
in the
bad at
scheme
all.
of things, it's not. And we've actually had a couple of regulars show up, and everybody always asks, "Well, when are you going to be here?" And I'm like, "Well, here's our card that has our Facebook thing on it. So
Yep.
make sure you." I've crossed over 1,500.
I saw that. Congratulations. I don't know that I'm going to be able to catch you. We're outside of last Wednesday. We've slowed down quite a bit, and I don't know if it's just because of the time of year or, but I was really hoping we would have been there already, so I could turn that ad off for the rest of the winter. Because I want to switch that ad over to this page for the Monday morning food truck and start promoting that a little bit heavier. But I got to beat you first, so.
Well, and I appreciate that. I am taking this week off. I'm taking this week off to hopefully finish house projects, which sucks because a somewhat decent week out. But to promise the wife I would.
But you got to get that stuff done too. I was just pulling up my follows real quick.
You're at 9,300.
Well, and some change. Don't leave out my change.
Change mange.
I think I have like 630 to get there. Oh, that's not right. Right, 87 on the food truck page. So I need another. I got another one since I looked this morning. 612. So you're probably about 475-ish or something like that, probably.
85.
485. Well, I'm glad that I've closed the gap at least. That was going to be quite the undertaking for me to get all the way to 10 before you got to 2, but I'm
glad I closed the gap.
Well, what a difference running your ads correctly makes. Right? I lost my Zoom call. There you go.
I mean this with love and respect, of course.
It's good that you figured it out because it'll make a huge difference going forward for you. And even if you start doing weekly ads like I do, now that you've got it figured out, I notice a big difference in sales on weeks that I run it and weeks that I don't. So
yeah, I think we're gonna contact the hospital about having us park in the parking lot. They do allow it, and then hopefully that'll help too.
Yeah,
nobody likes cafeteria food.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, the only problem is it's winter and outside, so.
Well, what's interesting about the hospital that's here, it was bought out by Henry Ford, and there is really not a lot of parking. So I'm hoping they actually have us, from what I've been told by other trucks.
You can't park in the emergency lane where the ambulance pulls in.
I was told that was frowned upon. But you can park in the physician's parking lot.
Okay.
Near one of the like physician's entrances. So that could help.
Yeah, for us, whenever we do the Spectrum buildings, it's always very heavy staff. Yeah, probably 1 or 2 patients a day that we get when we're out there. And the rest is either our regular customers that are coming to find us or staff, and it's usually mostly staff. So which is fine. But I mean, for us, they're always consistent. And I think that's part that they have food trucks out at most of those buildings at least once a week. So it's a known entity that they expect food trucks out there. So, which I think always helps for locations.
Do you keep an eye out for like new food trucks that pop up?
An eye out, not necessarily an eye out, but I definitely, like if I'm scrolling through Facebook and I see a truck that I don't recognize or a menu item that I don't recognize as I'm just scrolling through, I'll stop and look and see where they're at and see what what their plan is, where they're setting up and that kind of thing.
We had a new one pop up day after Thanksgiving called the Bandwagon. Wagon.
Okay.
Like
I
most
think I
Michigan,
saw that one. Yeah.
yeah, like most Michigan fans, Bandwagon. Anyway. It's all right. Congratulations, by the way.
Hey, the enemy of yours and mine and something, whatever. We share an enemy.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah, see, we're friends.
Anyway.
Fuck Ohio State.
Hey, nobody got beat up in the parking lot. That's good.
That's right.
So they opened up their first ever time at a pack and ship place on like one of the main drags.
Okay.
Day after Thanksgiving. It's their first event ever. And I had a couple people drive by and say they were absolutely dead. Like just dead. I'm like, are they going to be sitting in their trailer or in their truck? Because it's an actual truck.
Mm-hmm.
Great wrap. Two women run it.
Yeah, I saw pictures. Like
I think it's a loaded tot truck or something.
Yep.
Shut up. Shh.
I didn't say anything.
Anyway, so they're going to be sitting in their truck crying after this first day. Like, why would you open up in the wintertime? I don't.
Why are we staying open?
Well, that's good.
Here's my guess. That's when they got their truck. That's when it got finished. That's when they got possession of it. And I'm gonna guess they didn't pay cash for it, so they've been making payments on it of some sort, and now they're trying to collect some of the debt back. That would be my guess of why you would start at the end of November.
Now I can't find it.
Oh, they're closed already. Grand opening, grand closing.
Oh boy.
It was a Black Friday. Yeah, if they that's a for them.
I don't think
if they're done, they weren't gonna make it anyways, because that is the lack of mental fortitude after a day of, you sit on the floor of your trailer or truck and you cry about it and you have a panic attack and then you get up and you do the next day.
Exactly.
Because there is no other option.
Yeah, you just run and hope for the best.
But yeah, if they end up closing, I'll buy that truck. It's a nice truck.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
And then as I'm driving, listening to 80s rock station on Amazon Music,
mm-hmm.
Your theme song came on. Under pressure. I'm not going to try to sing because I might blow some speakers, but that was quite funny. It's quite ironic. I think I just got done texting you or something.
You're welcome. See, I'm glad that now you hear something on the radio and it associates back to us. That's the idea.
Yeah, you just need to have that song on loop.
Ugh, I don't know that I could. We only have to mix it up with Ice Ice Baby every once in a while.
No, that'll be your drink truck. Come up with next.
Just have the beat on the back. Bum 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 ba-da-dum bum. Bum 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 ba-da-dum bum. We should have a timer with that being the beeper. Just under pressure. But yeah.
That's horrible. That's bad. I'm sorry. That's bad.
Yes, I know. I'm well aware.
Ingenious, but bad.
I wonder if that would work now. I've had all kinds of issues. I unhooked all my stuff one day. I took my laptop somewhere. I don't remember where.
It was to Kyle's place.
Oh yeah, that's right. I have not been able to get everything to work since then.
Like my microphone doesn't work. So
Whatever you just did, I can hear you better.
oh, you can?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Where'd you go?
I don't know. I'm here. It's weird that you can hear me better.
You're clear now.
All right.
Is it working?
I have no idea. You're hearing me. That's all that's important.
Well,
I don't know where it's picking up at, because there's like 3 different microphones involved between my laptop, the webcam, and then the actual microphone. As long as it's clear, I don't care right now. So
why don't you turn off the other 2? Oh,
yes, it's working.
see?
No, I didn't turn off anything else. I just muted the one that I thought the actual microphone, because there's a little mute button right on top.
Big thumb.
Big thumb. That's mediocre. It's girthy.
It is girthy. So what's on the agenda for this week? Couple 3 days again?
Yeah, there are normal 3 days. Finally getting to the west side of 131 Willow location, so for lunch. But yeah, I was you said Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and yesterday I was thinking, gosh, maybe that would be better instead of doing the Tuesday day off and then Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
I mean, the only reason I was doing Tuesday is because we wanted to keep the gas station that we've been going to every Tuesday. But I mean, there's no reason for us to keep the same day. So
I was gonna say, can you keep the location, just move the day?
yeah, I mean, no one else goes there. It's just us. So yeah, it's a weird take a day off or work a day, one day off, one day on. Excuse me. So I think I'd rather just do the 3 straight days, but I don't know. I don't know anything, but
I think 3 days keeps you in the pub for a longer stretch.
yeah. So I'm thinking of
A lot of people go out to eat on Wednesdays.
going out to eat on Wednesdays.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
It's hump day. So
What are they eating?
did you go? I think we talked about this a while back, but are you actively trying to? Oh no, you aren't actively trying to cater this winter, are you?
No, I am not seeking out catering jobs for the winter. We have, and I need to reach back out to them to see if they are a go or a no-go, but Tesla reached out to me about a company event for December 16th for like 120 people. So it would have to be that size in order for me to do a catering event for barbecue. Just because of the pain of getting everything on and for a day, like to do a 20-person event, for me to light that smoker and get it heated up to do a pork butt, just isn't gonna fly. It's too much cost in the charcoal and too much effort for what the payout is. So yeah, I've already told a couple people no, and I'm definitely not doing catering with sandwiches and soup. For that, I could do like a 20-person box lunch, as long as we had enough notice, because those hold. We're finding hold pretty well in the cabinet. For 20 minutes, without a big problem. So, but yeah, I mean, even then doing 20 paninis, I can do 4 at a time without, too much, room constraints. So, 5 runs at 5 to 7 minutes a piece. So you're looking at a half an hour for me to And that's just doing those. That's without any other orders coming in that I'd
Yeah.
have to squeeze in between. So, yeah, it's
So-
just hard.
I asked you about sorry. I asked you about catering because you sell meat by the pound, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about putting something out and saying, hey, for all my meat by the pound orders, if you want to pre-order, I need this much by this time, just as a way to, so that way you're not putting one pork butt, you might put 5 or a brisket or something like that. Because you like, I guess I've gone through your square to figure out like how much monthly you normally sell of just by the pound.
I mean, I haven't. I usually look to see what we've done poundage wise for the whole year. Just because I'm curious. I mean, it's less than it was last year. We've definitely done more sandwiches versus pounds this year versus last year. I have thought about it. But then you say we gotta move this much meat in order for me to do it. And then I'm recontacting people if we don't hit that amount, say, nope, sorry. Yeah, I don't know. If we did it where we vacuum sealed it, like I got vacuum sealed packages of 1 pound meat. But then it's a health department thing. And who knows who's looking at what.
Yeah.
Social media wise. That's the paranoia part of me. Like I don't want to get caught doing something like that. And they're like,
No, I understand.
hey, here's your fine. Or hey, close up. We're done. You're not getting renewed next year. You gotta go through your whole process again.
Yeah.
So that's I don't know. I guess I'm just sorry. I got a comment on my ad.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, the picture I have on the ad is a loaded mac and cheese. And
Oh,
the comment was looks okay, but not much meat and probably expensive like most food trucks. So
Well, that's nice.
I am mentally preparing my response.
Oh,
All right, we're back.
blue sky.
I had some things I was going to talk about. I was all prepared. You sent me a message saying you weren't sure if you were going to be able to talk. I was like, oh, yeah, I think of things to talk about.
Talk about it.
I forgot.
Oh,
I
so
think
you
we're
know,
getting close to seriously consider trailer number 2, or at least starting the process maybe. Definitely maybe talking to the bank about traditional financing for it versus the lease to own option that I was forced into before. But we're still booking stuff. We're I got some. We're gonna go off food truck and off barbecue for a second. First of all, how about them Wolverines?
actually, you know what? So I stopped watching at halftime.
You stopped watching at halftime or started watching?
God, it sounds like I got one of those things in my throat that I've been smoking forever. I stopped
Just
watching
put your fingers over it every time. That way, we
Right. at when it was 20-17,
hmm
and then because I left to go to the event venue, and like people of Michigan colors walking by, I'm like, oh, so did they win? They're like, oh yeah, they got smoked. They smoked them, killed them. 42-23. I'm like, all right, well, good job. She's like, you didn't finish watching it? So I'm not really a Michigan fan. She's like, I'm like, well, I'm not making a sale.
No wonder you were dead on Saturday.
I know.
Should have
No,
been
there's
flying the colors. You got to suck it up and
Yeah,
we
we couldn't really promote it either. So anyway, Yeah.
So
How about
there's
those
that.
did they get number 2?
Two?
Did they get number 2 in the ranking?
AP, yes. So AP has Ohio State at 5.
What about CFP?
That'll be, I think, tonight. They don't do it at the same time. They do their big ESPN reveal thing on Monday nights because they gotta try to get ratings and more ad revenue because college football doesn't make enough money. So yeah, there's that. Go Michigan playing Purdue this Saturday for the Big Ten championship. hoping to go back to back, and then they'll get their butts kicked by whoever it is in the playoffs. So,
Well, it depends. Isn't Georgia's going to play LSU?
Yeah.
LSU could win.
Well, yeah, they could. They're not going to. They beat Alabama, but Alabama's not Alabama this year, so you can't really go with that. They just lost to Texas A&M, didn't they? LSU.
Thanks. Yes. Thanks.
Yeah, Clemson lost this weekend. LSU lost this weekend. It's a weird cluster of. Yeah, I think Ohio State stays out.
And USC is number 4.
Yeah,
that's.
And then TCU's in there. At 3.
They don't play anybody.
Strength of schedule matters. So, but if you looked at all the teams and you start looking at 1-loss teams or 2-loss teams, there's not a whole lot of undefeated and 1-loss teams out there.
No, USC is a 1-loss team. Ohio State now.
But when you lose and how you lose matters.
Very true.
Ohio State got rolled. Like, I don't think Stroud is in the Heisman conversation anymore with how bad his second half went.
Yeah, their second half was from what I saw was pretty horrible.
They picked him off twice. And the first one, he never should have thrown. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. But yeah. Yeah, he just threw his Heisman away.
What about that Oregon player punching that Oregon State fan in the back of the head?
You know, it happens. There'll be an assault charge there.
That made ESPN.
Yeah, of course, top plays, man.
Or what else I see? Blake Corum from Michigan used his NIL money to feed 300 families for Thanksgiving. Good for him.
Yeah, and then didn't even get to play on Saturday. You'd think he was in for a play, and they pulled him again. So what I was hoping was just a sore knee that they were being safe with at Illinois. It looks like it might be a legitimate injury. So he did not look happy on the sideline. That's for sure. So he lost. He's out of the Heisman race now after missing a game and a half. So that sucks for him.
Heisman's rigged anyway.
It is definitely a quarterback award lately. So,
for sure.
But anyway, so there's that. So go college football. It was a pretty good football weekend. I won 1 out of the 3 games I was rooting for. So but I'll take the one that I got. The Lions had a heartbreaker on Thanksgiving.
Bastards.
That was a hell of a game. And I mean, if you can't see the improvement that is in the Lions right now, then I don't know what you're looking at, but that is not the same team that we've had in the last decade. So it sucks that they lost in a very Lions way. And some clock management would have made that game a whole lot different. Who would have thought them getting an extra 11 seconds put back on the clock in the fourth quarter would be what would cost them the game. But anyways, and then, the Caledonia High School Fighting Scots were in the state championship and we're winning. They were playing the Cheaters from Bellevue.
Cheaters.
Their coach got suspended earlier this year and then fired this last week and has a 2-year ban from coaching in Michigan for undue influence or whatever. So basically he was recruiting other school districts. They had an absurd amount of talent the last couple of years, but Caledonia was winning in the third quarter and then they ended up getting stomped. But
Jackson area school won their state championship.
Awesome.
Jackson Lumen Christi.
Yeah, we had one of the Grand Rapids area schools won, West Catholic won there. So yeah. But then the other thing is so I got tired of you hassling me about Yellowstone, so I thought I'd start it over again this week.
Yes.
It's a good show. I liked it when I watched it before, and I made it through 2 seasons. I found out as I'm watching it over again.
Great show.
It is a great show. So I'm like halfway through season 1. I'm just watching it on my own because I'm home,
Yeah, nothing to do.
And as happens with you're married, your significant other comes in, sits down, and starts asking questions nonstop. And I don't know if you know this about Yellowstone, but there's about 48 different plot lines happening all at one time.
Oh, 49 I counted.
Especially in the first season. It's really, there's a lot going on. So then she gets sucked in, which is fine, great. I watched a couple episodes yesterday of season 2, the end of season 2. While she wasn't home, she comes home, she's like, why are you watching without me? I started it without you. You've seen 3 episodes. So now I have another show that I cannot watch on my own, nor is appropriate for young children. So now I only get an hour a day after they go to bed to watch said show, of which I could have been through in the next week. I could have been all caught up in the next week.
I mean, you still could. I mean, you still could.
I could. I'm pretty good at acting surprised. Whoa.
Whoa, geez. He died?
Yeah.
I never knew.
Yeah, honey, you could probably go to the bathroom. I don't think it nothing. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. I tell you, it is hard watching TV with a significant other.
It is very. We have multiple shows on our DVR that we're just not home at the same times, and we just finished watching America's Got Talent, and that show's been over for 2 months, 3 months, something like that.
I haven't watched that since pre-COVID, unfortunately, and it was one that I really like, but I'm the only one that likes it, so yeah.
I don't. I watch shows she doesn't like on purpose, just so I have to deal with it.
But and there's the thing, everything is friggin' on demand or streaming. We don't have to watch shit together all the time. It's not like I have to pause it on live air, and that's the only time we're going to be able to see it on TiVo. You know?
But hold on, you still have TiVo?
No.
I was gonna say, shit.
I was trying to go with archaic technology. It's the modern era. Watch it when I'm not home. Why do I have to be punished?
You're calling it a punishment. That's funny.
I was making good progress. I was fully sucked in.
You guys are newlyweds. Just remember that.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, this is version 2 of each.
Only newlyweds together. It's not like we know how it works.
Well, then you have to watch shows together.
Whatever. I guess I should be happy that I can get her to watch something with me in the room that is not true crime. I've got her fully sucked into the Marvel world too, for the most part. So I guess I shouldn't complain too much.
I'm lucky we have a downstairs and an upstairs, and I don't have to go upstairs when she's listening to Christmas music or watching Hallmark movies.
Yeah, I gotta start decorating. I gotta storage. Anyways, so yeah, that's sorry to deviate from our regular scheduled program, but that's what you get with us.
So I'm debating on a new trailer.
Like a second one, or just getting rid of the one you have?
Get rid of the one I have.
So are you gonna do what you did with smokers?
You shut your mouth.
You're gonna think you need a new one, and then you're gonna just rotate through them every year.
Are you talking still?
Yes, I am, because I'm trying to keep you from talking.
No.
Sorry, go ahead. Tell me about your new trailer.
I haven't done anything with it. I'm just I don't know. There's just things I want that I can't put in there. So it's like, do I just roll with it? And I don't know. I don't want menu, and I don't want concept. I don't want something like that to ever get stale. That's the only downside. I just don't want it to get stale.
As long as you're growing, you're not going to be stale.
It's
a barbecue. I mean, if you want a different menu, then do a different truck.
No, it's not necessarily a different menu. It's just more of, I just don't want to be stale. I don't want to be it's like, is it stale selling the same thing over and over again?
Not if you're selling.
I mean, not if you're selling, I get that.
McDonald's have been selling Big Macs for 70 years.
They're not that good. They were probably great 70 years ago.
I'd say they were probably pretty damn good 30 years ago.
Yeah, probably
I mean, how long has Burger King been selling a Whopper?
not as good as McDonald's Big Macs.
Well, I agree, but I mean, still, that's fucking hamburger with mayo on it, mayo, tomato, and lettuce. There's nothing special.
Yeah, but they come out with new Whoppers all the time, or new versions all the time, I guess.
Yeah, if they still have the Whopper, that's still what I get. Number
It's
one,
like-
no tomato.
It's like I was talking with another food truck guy, and it's like it seems like more than just meat. Meat and a bun needs to draw people's attention.
Like you have to be gimmicky almost.
Yeah,
I don't think you do. I really don't. I don't think you need a gimmick to pull people in. I mean, yeah, throw something out fun on a special menu. If you want to do something gimmicky, do it there, but not as to draw people in, but just to have. That's more for my entertainment than anything else. You know, we did cowboy beans because that's what I ate every day, and I thought, I wonder if anybody else will order it. So we did it as a special, and it's been on the menu ever since. But
yeah.
and that's something that pickles and on baked beans is something I never would have thought anybody would order. But yeah, I don't think you need a gimmick. I think you need good food. I think if you have good food at a good value point, you're going to bring people in. I don't think you need to be gimmicky.
I did reach out to Jay, our friend at. Oh, you're wearing his shirt.
Outlaw Jay.
Yeah, you're wearing his shirt currently.
Yeah.
Just
Sponsorships available, Jay. If you need some commercial work done.
To see if he's ever had anybody ask to put a gas assist on an Outlaw.
What did he say? Was he offended?
No. I said I'd be his food truck like guinea pig if you wanted to try it. So
I tried to get him to build me a cabinet smoker, a vertical feed cabinet.
yeah, well,
I almost had him. Because I know he could do it better than what we have currently.
you could probably buy the plans online and just send him the plans. Did you know that?
I want him to do it.
No, I know, but if you go to smokerbuilder.com,
I know, but I want him to re-engineer it.
oh,
How much variance do you have on those outlaw grates from side to side?
side to side, there's like 2 hot spots. That's about it.
How much variance do we have in our?
Well,
Our
there's like 17 hot spots.
Yeah, and none of the thermodynamics make sense where the hot spots are and where they're not.
I want to use the Outlaw for everything. I don't want to have to worry about an overnight cooker. If I can have something where I can actually throw a stick of wood in there and just let fire work and go to bed. I want to do, more overnight or more morning services. Not morning, but lunch, I guess, next year.
Yeah, I get plenty of sleep.
I know you do. I don't have that option.
Why
I
not?
mean, I do, but I don't.
Explain.
The overnight pellet cooker isn't. I'm still fine tuning it, but it still doesn't have the same flavor as the Outlaw. Outlaw has honestly, it's a much better flavor. So if I can somehow make it so I can run the Outlaw overnight,
I think you need to get a gravity feed.
I don't want to deal with charcoal. I hate charcoal.
Why do you hate charcoal?
Because I'm freaking short. That's why. Okay? That's why. I am short. You are taller than me. So using bags of charcoal and pouring the bags of charcoal.
I got to make a note of the time. I gotta pull this clip out.
Why I said that you're taller than me.
Because you said you had finally admitted that I'm taller than you.
Oh, shut up. I think I just saw that.
Curious. I wonder if Jay could do.
I've already asked him to make my Outlaw smaller, shorter. Still can't. It's a 28 barrel. I have to have the thing down, the shelf down to even reach the back.
Oh, you're such a cute little fellow.
You shut your mouth. But anyway, so there should be a way, because the close pits do it, Lone Star Grills do it, where they can just do gas assist. like turn on a propane tank and there's fire. But it involves a hole, and I'm not drilling a hole in there.
Yeah, I'm sure it's nothing more than just a small propane burner.
Yeah, of some sort.
Installed, and then so
I think I just saw an owl.
you saw an owl?
Yeah.
It's good
We
luck.
have a lot of wildlife in our backyard.
That's good. I
So
imagine we did too before all these damn condos got put up.
Yeah. A lot of blue jays lately too.
Yeah.
Yeah, figured they'd be south or. So that's what I want to do for next year is somehow I'm going to drop my trailer off. He's going to extend my tongue so I can put my generator on the front. We've already talked about that, but yeah.
Huh.
But
yeah, I'd like to get my rig back down there for him. Another thing, I'm going to reach out to him, have him completely redo my chute. Just because I don't know if he realizes that his guys did my chute liner in 2 pieces and then didn't weld the seam. So there was a gap between the 2 pieces. So he did 2 half squares.
Yeah.
And then they set them in and tacked it at the top and bottom and sealed the top. But so there's a seam that's open all the way up and down. So I started to get warping because as the metal got hot and cold and hot and cold and hot and cold, it started warping in other places.
Well, you got warping because you left the door open, the firebox door open. That's what I get.
That was there before that. Because we had talked a lot last year as the season went, asking how it was holding up and stuff. I said, well, not bad, but I'm starting to get some warping. But yeah, and then I want him to reinforce my heat transfer tube a little bit. It bounces a little bit more than I would like it to. And I mean, we're now 3.5 seasons in of that thing being lit all the time.
Yeah, and they're not
meant
to be lit every day.
No, they're not. And even, I mean, yeah, you have a fire in that long, and I mean, you're starting to get the wear and tear is going to accelerate. So I'm hoping to get a couple more years out of it, baby it and take care of it, and hopefully get a couple more years out of it before I have to look at something else. But yeah, I'd like to start thinking about another trailer soon.
CTO. Did you get an old hickory? Old hickory for the back? Excuse me. Because that's what everybody does.
I know, I still don't like it.
I saw an enclosed trailer where they put an old hickory DTW in it.
Yeah. And they just yeah. I don't want the extra hood vent, that's for damn sure, because those things are expensive. That's Kyle, remember?
Yeah. No, there was a trailer for sale. It's like 65,000. Yeah, with a DTW in it, and then a fryer and everything next to it.
Yeah.
But I don't understand how you even get that damn thing in there. You almost have to build it around it.
Probably. So yeah, and then if you ever have problems, then good luck. But yeah, this one it wouldn't have a smoker on it. I've been having conversations with my health department. There was some hesitance when I asked about the possibility of kind of doing what you do, of having a smoker outside and then loading up the trailers. My question to my guy was, if I have 2 trailers, can I use the one smoker and just move from one to the other? He told me that had to be answered by someone higher than him at the health department. So it's interesting to see who is able to answer which questions in regards to what I'm allowed to do. So me adding soup was a him question, just my sanitation guy, but everything they had. So we'll see. So if that's the case, then it'll be a fully enclosed. It won't have a porch. Probably the same total length, but with 2 service windows on it with a separation in the middle, and it'll have 2 prep stations inside. And that'll be a festival trailer primarily.
I hear through the grapevine that Baba might be selling his. Downsizing. It's heavy.
Well, no shit.
Because he told me I need a bigger truck. I'm like, I got the same damn truck you do. He's like, oh. He's got a CTO.
Well, there's your problem. It's a big unit. I mean, mine's heavy though. I mean, I'm 14,000 dry.
You ever weigh it?
Well, I had to when I got it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. To get the registration and everything for the state of Michigan. I had to do a weigh slip. I have it somewhere, but yeah, I think it was like 14. And at that point, if you were over a certain weight, you had to have a CDL in order to pull it.
Yeah.
For a non-RV or whatever. So I was like, yep, it's going in empty. Like I was taking stuff off there, like trying to save every ounce I could. And then I was still like 3,000 pounds underneath it. So, but yeah, I mean, you load it with water and food and stuff. I bet you I'm pretty close to that line. But yeah, I mean, it's been a weird day, hasn't it? Conversation. It's okay. We've been all over the place. That's us. But yeah, let's wrap this up. Let's let you rest your voice. I do want to do one thing while we have you though.
Oh boy.
Trying to get us into some more content creation, and which is harder now that we're in the off season, but because we're not on our trailers as often, and which means it should be easier. So Skippy.
Yeah.
Still waiting on your walkthrough of your trailer.
Oh boy.
It shouldn't be hard. Go clean it up a little bit and then just do a quick walkthrough.
I will.
It'll take you 5 minutes at the most.
I absolutely will.
Okay. Sounds good. Rest your voice. Find us MMFT guys, Facebook and YouTube. Otherwise, PB&Js of Michigan for Skippy on the Facebooks and the Instagrams. And you can find me at Sweet Rex Barbecue on Facebook.
Hey, and if you follow Josh, you got to follow me. It's part of the deal.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, just a Google search for Sweet Rex and Smoking Butts will get you to all the rest of our channels, webpage, and all that other stuff. So thank you all for listening and or watching. Make sure you hit the RSS feed button so you get notified when we have new content. If you're doing the Facebook thing, make sure you hit the subscribe and like and buttons, comments, do all the things, all the places. That way you don't miss any of this awesome, amazing content. And we hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. We will talk to you soon. Thank you guys. Bye.